Okay, so setup-wise, as we said, grip pressure needs to be fairly loose. If we grip it in the fingers as you do, you don't need to squeeze down with your thumbs. The more you squeeze with the thumbs, forearm just get tight. You then try to keep your left arm straight, everything's sort of locked in there. Your swing's going to be very tense in its movement anyway, okay? Now the problem we had before, as we said, because your legs were flexing a little bit too much, again, probably sort of a sequence of topping some shots there. People say, get lower, bend your knees more, get lower and lower and lower. The more you bend your knees, the more the knees have to slide. Your right kneecap can't go back that much if it's bent that forward, you see. It has to be in a position where it can just rotate back around to the hip socket there. If the knee's too far, it can't go its own way. It has to go somewhere, you can't lock it. So if you locked it completely, there'd be no backswing. You make a really good, that top of the backswing there is fab. You watch anyone on TV, look at that, that's a great shoulder turn, great wrist hinge, really, really good position there, okay? It's just that collapse with the lower half, like I said, a footballer's backswing with their sort of legs getting very active, but that's the way you play sport. You use your legs or you like playing football, okay? So what we're trying to do now, as you said, get that lower half to rotate. Okay, that was a little bit, the camera might have moved a little bit too far, but wasn't as much, okay? But that's more, if we look at those, just take those two out there and look at the legs in general, you can see your legs sort of more in that direction as opposed to slightly more in that direction, okay? So you're in a much more stable position over the golf ball. Now, because you were used to doing that, coming back through the golf ball, you went through nicely because that's kind of what you're used to doing. When you come back through this one, it wasn't quite as smooth. This is probably the better one of the one you did, but it wasn't quite as smooth a transition. Sort of right foot sort of stayed down a little bit longer, and then it came to a bit at the end there, and again, a bit short with the swing finishing up here rather than over there. Again, a sign of tension because you grip it tighter, your arm just can't go anywhere, okay? So I think overall, if we can get looser, okay? Secure but loose. You're not going to lose club, okay, I promise you, okay? You can just test that, grip it in 8 fingers, that ain't going to come out, okay? Take an awful lot of pressure to try and pull that club out, even swinging it 100 mile an hour as you would do. It's not going to come out, okay? And then from the setup position, trying to get nice and loose and less flex in the knees, and then it's that rotation. And just work on that, okay? Don't worry about other things in the swing as you go through, because if you start focusing on the through swing, the backswing will go back to where you are there, and then you'll be sort of changing 2 or 3 different things every single time and just going down sort of random paths, okay? What we're trying to do is sort of piece together a jigsaw. First thing is set up, so you get less flex, less tension. Then get the backswing now, sort of working the edges of the jigsaw, get the lower half working better, and as we then sort of finish off the middle part of the jigsaw, get the body working through better through impact. So your swing becomes wholeheartedly more consistent, rather than just like, I'm just going to hit 1 or 2 good shots out of 10, and then sort of 6, 7 shots are going to be all over the place. Because you can hit it very well, to be fair. And that's not a question, okay? And I would say, by summer, I would be very shocked if you weren't shooting in the low 90s. Put it that way. Okay, at least breaking 100 easily. Okay, and if you kept going and progressing on, you sort of practice and play a bit more, if you want to get into it a bit more, as you said, the sky's the limit kind of thing, because you're physically fit, you're a young lad, you've got good flexibility, there's a lot of good movements there, good hand-eye coordination with the background of sport, just a few things that are working against each other, making it a bit harder for you. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. Any questions kind of on that as we go through it at all, or understand? So in your head then,